I had had it. I was so sick and tired of marching to every whim of my principals in all the various private schools I had worked at since 1996 as an elementary and middle school science and math teacher. I had some teaching liberties unheard of in public school, yes, but it just wasn't enough for my students and I. Why on earth do schools hire teachers in the first place if they don't trust them enough to do their job their way? Which became for me following the curiosity of my learners. So frustrating. Hi, I'm Gloria Brooks, founder of Naturebased eScience, helping your homeschool liberate yourself from math and science drudgery through real life, fun learning with online math art and natural science courses. And then one day it happened. You clicked subscribe down below and gave me a thumbs up so that when I put out the next video, you will hear about it. Also click that little dingy bell next to subscribe. Back to my story. And then it happened. After a long day of teaching at the Elijah School, early January 2010, Mr. Starr, yes, that was his name. You can't make this stuff up. He was the principal. He asked me to speak with him in the teacher's meeting room next door to my classroom. So the two of us sat down in metal folding chairs, uncomfortable things, at long cream-colored plastic table, at a long cream-colored table. He looked solemnly across that table and folded his hands. My heart began to pound. I knew something was up and it wasn't good. Miss Brooks, the staff and I have decided that you're not a good fit here. I thought in my head, you've got that right, but I don't know where else to go. Then he slid a stapled packet of papers across that plastic table to me. Mr. Starr said, "This is your severance package. You qualify for unemployment while you find another situation." I don't honestly recall what else he said that day, and it's all such a blur. There wasn't much else to be said. We both got up from that plastic table and walked silently as soldiers out of that room. I went straight away to my classroom next door and started packing up as much of my teaching stuff as I could haul in one carload. Now, as I drove that hour and a half back to Heathcote Community, where I had become a full-time residential member, my mind turned and turned. So for about the first 15 minutes of that drive, I was freaking out. I cried. I just felt such rejection from that school. Then it dawned on me. This was my big chance to do what was really in my heart. I could finally break free from the traditional school model. Finally create that Sharks online unit study that I'm going to tell you about shortly. There's a little bit more of a backstory here about it. I could now fully participate in the open classroom with its founder and lead facilitator, Dana. There was a homeschool program at Heathcote called Open Classroom, run by a woman named Dana who wanted an assistant. Now, it was called Open Classroom, modeled after the European schools developed in the 60s and brought to America. It's also known as Schools Without Walls. If you just do a quick Google search, you can learn a whole eyeful about open classrooms. So open classroom is actually where kids are provided with a learning center type environment filled with interesting and engaging learning resources. Every day, all day, children are at choice with the learning activities that they want to participate in or not participate in. Open classroom is a democratic education model where kids not only have a voice in their education, but lead it. It's akin to unschooling, Free and Sudbury schools. Now, in open classroom, just like unschooling, there are no grades, tests, or divided subject teaching. Instead of teachers, adults, or facilitators, they facilitate the program and provide a resource-rich learning environment for the children. Now, adults are there helping the children and give guidance to them when the children ask for it, rather than lecturing at them and telling them what to do all day long. I was absolutely in love with the open classroom program and super excited that I could now offer services first as an apprentice and finally as an assistant facilitator with Dana. Dana was delighted that I could work with her full time. So from January to May of 2010, I was trained and became Dana's assistant in the democratic open classroom ways. Now, the following year, fall 2010, I became the lead facilitator for the open classroom. Dana moved on to other projects and interests, and I rebranded Open Classroom and thus began Heathcote Art and Science Center, or HASC. Since 1997, I've always had an enduring, deep love and passion for all things natural and earth sciences and space sciences as well. I truly believe it's vital to offer nature-based resources both online, because children innately want to master adult top tools such as computers, and offline with access to endless, beautiful outdoor resources to reconnect children to the earth for free play and exploration. We're already paying the price for being disconnected from the earth. Now, during September 2010 to May of 2011, I had a total of 18 homeschoolers at HASC. I set up my classroom with science and math themed learning centers all around our modest-sized learning center. The kids enjoyed free exploration of all the incredible math and science resources that I had accumulated over the years. Resources included games, books, experiments, microscopes, and extensive nature collections. My collections included rocks and minerals, seashells, nuts, pine cones of various sizes, even an abandoned bird's nest made of clay and straw. I also had a massive collection of Jacques Cousteau's marine biology books. They were these hardback books that I had found at a thrift store in Elkton, Maryland. And my kids loved thumbing through them. And that's actually how I got my early inspiration as an 8-year-old girl about sharks and other marine life. So the best classroom of all was the living classroom, the great outdoors at Heathcote. The kids and I enjoyed hours of outdoor free play and exploration nestled within the 112 acres of wooded valley land filled with hiking trails, organic gardens, a pond, and a bubbling stream which ran lazily through the community grounds. It was truly a dream nature-based program for homeschool children. And I had some schoolers that came to visit the program on their vacations. Unfortunately, HASC came to an end too soon on account of a residential community member putting a low cap on the number of students that I could have, which was 10. Now, I couldn't blame them, and I don't want you to think that I want you to blame them as well. It was their home too. But at that time, I couldn't wrap my head around building a sustainable program with so few students at a typical affordable price. So I didn't know any other way but to close HASC, much to mine, the children, and their parents' heartbreak. One of my HASC students, a full-time Heathcote residential member, Juji, who strongly encouraged and inspired me to start HASC, suggested that I turn to live online teaching. Ta-da! We're getting closer to the Sharks Online Unit study. She told me about 𝐶lick.com, a live online homeschool courses platform. Now, 𝐶lick invited me to join their small pool of 25 teachers. So I began teaching live online math enrichment and science classes to mixed ages to upper elementary, middle, and high schoolers. During my 5 years with 𝐶lick, or it might have been close to 6 years, I created 2 all-time best loved courses, math art and marine biology, followed by mammals and a plethora of other earth and natural sciences courses. My marine biology live on class was always filled. Kids just love and adore learning about ocean life. There's just something so fascinating about learning about the sea and everything in it, especially the amazing sea life, the sea animals. So I offered live online classes through 𝐶lick until 2016, when they ended their live online teaching platform. They officially closed in 2019. As an independent contractor, I had tasted true independence and freedom, at least some. I still had to march to the beat of the online platform as well, the third-party teacher platform. I couldn't turn back and return to the yoke of working for someone else. I had to create my own business. So I had to scramble fast to find a way to finally truly become an independent online homeschool specialist. Now I serve, my best service is to relaxed homeschoolers, unit study homeschoolers, and unschoolers. I've even dropped the term teacher for facilitator. I don't teach, I facilitate children who want to be coached by me in learning about nature-based liberated math and science. Now you might be wondering, what is nature-based liberated math and science? What do I mean by nature-based liberated math and science, right? So we learn math without the usual incremental computational bore found in most math textbooks and even on many online programs. We learn science in depth according to the plant and animal group orders, not the usual scratched surface information taught in textbooks. By studying science this way, kids get a bird's eye view of all the varieties of plants and animals there are. Then they get a better idea of what they want to drill down deeper into, focus on, and learn about on their own, while being inspired to create chosen self-directed projects, even potential careers now into adulthood. What's math art? We first learn about math in my math art courses found in nature through nature's most common patterns, the golden ratio, 1.618, and the Fibonacci numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. It's a sequence found in numbers of flower petals on certain flowers, the numbers of spiral turns found on pine cones and found in the seed heads of daisies and sunflowers. So we learn the beauty of math within the backbone of history through art, architecture, nature, sciences, and beyond. This is very nature focused. Math is inspirational and found everywhere around us. Math is used to help us do what we want to do, not because we have to pass a test or even get into college. You can crash course, your kid can crash course the stuff that they need for college. Skip the 12-year drudge, honestly. We learn the math we need in math art to accomplish what we're passionate about, from building forts, painting, creating a garden, to designing and building out a rocket. Math is also found in the Sharks Online Unit Study. So I've included math in the Sharks Online Unit Study too. We study numbers related to shark teeth, but the truth is math is found everywhere in sharks, from their average lengths, weights, as to how many species there are currently recorded worldwide that have been discovered. There are new species being discovered, like deep sea sharks that we don't even know about. Shark math is endless. Now back to my story of how I founded Natureglow's eScience. I did some deep dive research about how to run an online course platform. It came down to learning how to build out my own WordPress website, along with finding a learning management system, WordPress plugin called Lifter LMS. And for me, it was staying up many late nights watching WP Crafter, also known as Adam Pricer's YouTube video tutorials, helping me build out my new website. Thank you, Adam. Finally, in July of 2017, I opened the doors to Natureglow's eScience. It's not been an easy road these past 5 years since opening independently, but I'm happy and proud to say that my doors are open and faithfully serving you, the homeschool community, with self-paced online unit study, math enrichment, math art, and natural science courses. All of my courses are now led by self-paced videos and lessons guided by me. My students engage with me and each other through comment boxes per lesson. And I'm proud to say that the comments operate as a kind of forum per lesson. And I love reading my students' comments every weekday. So currently I'm offering 2 of my most popular online course types, along with smaller courses and year-long bundles with new lifetime access, which may not be available forever. And this is for math art and marine biology. Ideally for kids ages 10 and up. Younger siblings can do well in these courses too, with some needing more one-on-one attention with parents or older siblings. So what did I learn through all of this? It's how much I love and resonate with the homeschool community to stick it out online since 2010. My plan is for my virtual doors to stay open until my last breath. I love serving you homeschool families, and I love reading the comments from my excited students every day taking my courses on 𝐁𝐫𝐴 I love responding to my students and seeing pictures of the cool projects that they choose to do for my courses. As good as it felt to finally leave teaching in private mainstream schools and third-party online homeschool platforms, I learned an even more valuable lesson from that experience, that the vision in my heart to serve the homeschool community in a way that liberates me, my students, and their parents has made all the twists and turns in my life since my teaching career began in 1996 all worth it. My online courses are living proof of this. They've gone through several revisions over the years to become what they are today. My students love these courses, and I'm so grateful to hear their positive feedback. So, drum roll, please. This is why I recently revised and upgraded the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 online unit study. I've added in some super cool free bonuses that I know that you and your kids are going to love. It includes my principle of every virtual science resource, including the kitchen sink, parentheses, and bathtub. So what you and your kids get with the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 online use, what will you get with the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 online unit study? You'll get hours worth of learning content with the potential for loads more hours of rabbit trail learning your kids can happily go down exploring. I've saved you hours, days, and potentially weeks, depending on what rabbit trails your kids decide to follow, and even beyond of prep time. It's all laid out, super revised with some content and with the doors of the enrollment now open. So you and your shark-loving kiddos don't want to miss out on this. And there are some goodies along with this offer. So even if they're not super duper excited about sharks, but maybe they love learning about ocean life, check this offer out. You can get the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 online unit study that helps homeschool kids cover multiple subjects, all the while learning about the beloved ocean animals, sharks, for a wholly incredible, you'll see when you click the link in the description what the percentage is off, but it's very high. So click the link in the description and check out the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 online unit study. So why am I doing this? Well, the homeschool community is like my online family. So you get first dibs on the reopening of my online marine biology suite of courses, starting with the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 online unit study. So you can get it now at this low of a price while you can before prices go up. So click the link in the description and check it out. And I hope to see you on the inside. So before you go, let me share with you about the 5 free bonus gifts that I'm throwing in. So bonus number 1, you get access to NatureGlow's marine biology unit study templates so that your family can keep on learning about every single ocean topic of their heart's desire into infinity, if you like. Value $75. Actually, I shouldn't say the value because I may increase their value soon. Bonus number 2, immediate access to the 𝐷𝐴𝐥𝐸 Quizlet virtual games so that your kids can reinforce their learning in a super fun way. Bonus number 3, instant access to Bashford Dean's Frilled Shark ebook download so that your kids are introduced to some very scholarly information that will mesmerize them about these bizarre looking sharks. There's also some really amazing illustrations. Bashford Dean lived in the 1800s, but don't let that put you off. The information in this little ebook is really striking. The images are extraordinary, really cutting edge science for that time. And a lot of it is still rich and real to this day, the information in that ebook. Bonus number 4, access to 14 beautiful vintage shark posters so that your child can print them out and decorate their room or notebooks looking at these amazing animals every day. Bonus number 5, instant access to the Shark Lady Read Aloud by moi so that your child hears about a real life marine scientist inspiring them to potentially become marine scientists now in their childhood, not when they're adults, right now. All right? Why wait until they're adults? Yep. So I'm giving all these goodies for free when you enroll in my Sharks Online Unit Study. Link in the description. So now in my next video, I'm going to share with you more on how you can use this program. So I'm also going to tell you about the time I was failing at math in class in 2nd grade and used ocean studies to spruce it up and bring it to life for 8-year-old me. So I'll share this in my next video. So keep your eyes out, watch out for that next video, ding that little bell, hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up, toss down a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this video today. And I will talk soon. Go ahead and grab the next video that pops up with this video. Awesome.